Okay, hi, this is Dave Johnson with DayTrade The Markets. Today is Friday, November the 8th, 2013. You can see I've just placed an order in here to buy 8 contracts at 757.25. I actually tried to buy it a little bit lower down. You can see towards the left of the chart here is what we call a high velocity move. I'll just draw a line here along the top of it. I tried to get long at the bottom of it, never did dip there. So now that the market has traded for what I consider to be enough period of time, 5 to 10 minutes above it, that's why I've gone ahead and placed the order just one tick above that high. So we've been filled on this, and I need to put my stop in here. So you can see the blue line there, or I should say the cyan buying paint bar. I'm going to go ahead and place my stop just a tick below that. So my stop's at 1755.75. We are long from 1757.25, so I have a 6-tick stop. I'm going to go ahead and place a sell limit here for 1/2 of the position for a 1-point profit on this at 1758.25. And the reason I'm doing that is that the market's already moved quite a bit. I think it's perhaps 15. Is it 14 points, something like that already. So our average is only 12, although yesterday we had a really big day around 30 points. So I suspect we will trade larger than the average because of that today. So I'm expecting it to rally, and I'm just going to leave this in here for a little bit, because once the market in our terminology is accepted price above that really good thrust of buying, what we call a high velocity move, we would think that the market would have additional move higher. So I've gone ahead, and that's why I have bought this trade, or I've entered this trade, I should say, at 1750.25, which is one tick above that blue line. So all these other, everything else you see on the chart, of course, is done by the software. For example, the red zone that you can see on top is a natural area of resistance, and you can see that we have probed into it, backed off, and we've gone up through it with that buying green bar, and now we've backed off again a little bit. Didn't quite get down to the low of that cyan bar, which would actually be another area of to potentially get long. And the reason that we're looking to get long today, by the way, I should talk about that a little bit, is that the market had a big down day yesterday. Got all the way down there, I think it was around 43 or something, 42.25. We did expect some follow through lower yesterday, and we did get it overnight. The market got all the way down to 36, but by the time the market opened today in the regular trading hours, it was back trading above yesterday's low. And it immediately started to get bought up. We had a resistance area around 1751. The market early in the session got up to about 1750 and then backed off, tested the early low of the day, could not make a new low, and then pierced right through 51. So we had a nice trade there as well, but wasn't able to. It happened kind of quickly. Wasn't able to get it on a video. So what we've got now is pretty good buying in the market. Have burst through the 51, and the next area is really around the 61. So we do have room to move on this trade. 57 to 61 is kind of what I'm looking at as sort of the next wave higher here. So these are some of the reasons why gone ahead and gotten in on the long trade. Another thing that I don't really use as super important, but it's another contributing factor, I think, in this case, because the bullishness of the market is this band across the bottom. We call that our intraday directional bias filter, and as you can see, it's either it's either green or dark green, which means bullish or very bullish, green, bullish, dark green, very bullish. So you can actually get a market to kind of peak out when it gets in the dark, because all the buying's been done. So let me move that over a bit so you can see that, okay, there we just got filled on that. So, okay, so that has filled us at our first objective. I'll just shove this chart down a little bit so we can see it a little bit better. Obviously, I now need to adjust my stop because we no longer have 8 contracts, we just have 4. And so I think what I'll do, being long at 57.25, I'm going to go ahead and raise the stop to 56.25. In other words, the equivalent amount of the profit that we just made. So should the market turn around and stop us at this point, it'll be a net break-even trade, less of course the cost of commission. So, and as I said a moment ago, I'm really looking around that 61.50 is our next target higher. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and sell 1/2 of the remaining position, or 1/4 of the original. So I'm just going to sell 2 contracts, should the market rally up and fill us on that, then we'll go ahead and make another adjustment on the stop. So I think what we'll do here is just let the market trade for a bit. I'll put the video on pause and pick it up when necessary. Okay, I've restarted the video recording. You can see the market did take a bit of a dip back down to our blue line. Now it's right back up, or up now to the new high, 59.25, which is our second objective here. So we have a 2-point objective on that trade. So good, we've been filled there for 1/4 of the position. We have 1/4 of the position left, which is 2 contracts. So I need to adjust my stop now. I'm going to put the stop this time right at break even, so we have locked in, some good profit on this trade. 2 points on 2 contracts and 1 point on 2 contracts. So 1 point on 4. So we've made a total of 8 points so far, and no worse than break even on this final. So what I think we should do is put this on hold again for a moment. I'll just adjust the screen here first. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put a limit order in to sell 1 contract, 61, because I'll just bring the market profile in here to let you see why I'm choosing that price. You can see here that yesterday, by the way, I've split these profiles off, so you just see the 30-minute time intervals, just basically a 30-minute bar chart. With letters instead of bars. So you can see big heavy selling day, but it did bounce right there to 61.50, as you can see. So that's a likely area of resistance going into today. And when you take a look at the volume right here, you can see that that is the upper portion of that volume area right there. So mini value area, if you will. So that's why I think that it's a good area as a target, and have gone ahead and put the stop in there. So let me go ahead and put the video on pause here, and we'll give it some time to run. Okay, I've started the video back up. You can see here that the market did back off some, but now it's had a nice move higher. It's hit our objective at 60, so we got nice profit on that individual contract there. We just have 1 contract left, and I'm going to move that stop up to just 2 ticks below the low of that cyan bar right there. So the stop's now at 58.75. So we've locked in 1.5 points on that final single contract on these 8 that we have been trading. So I'll just go ahead and put that barrier up in there at the 61.50. So that's what we're really looking at. So we've been filled on this, so who knows, maybe the market's really going to be strong here to finish the day, or to continue with the day. We'll just see what we can get out of this. But I think for this last position here, we'll just let it go. Okay, I've started the video back up, and you can see that the market has rallied higher. So what I will do is just move that stop up a little bit and see what we get. I'll go ahead and pause the video again, and we'll just keep running this through. Okay, I've started the video back up. It did have that nice run higher above that 61.50 target, but you can see that we had a nice deceleration bar. The bar that's on the high of the day has that triangle above it, and so we'll just, that's a deceleration bar. Some selling obviously came in, so I restarted the video here, and looks like we might get stopped out on this final contract of the 8 that we traded. but which would be fine should it happen. That's at least we've got our stop in there. We actually make a nice little profit on this from 57 and a quarter to 60. So that's at 275 on the final contract. So we had a good run on that trade. Made some good profit and was able to use our software here to identify the trade. It's a really good trade entry position, as well as some good tools here with the software as far as the management of the trade. So contact us if you have any interest. We're info at daytradethemarkets.com.